Tonight, we are tracking Hilary just as she comes to our doorstep. This storm we've been waiting for now blowing through our area. It has been wet all day, raining as well, but now the weather starting to really kick up. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside from Mount Soledad, and you will see that it is definitely raining out there. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Steve Price. Join us now for a special edition of CBS 8 News 8.
That's right, and I'm Kirsten Holmes. Tonight, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria has declared a local state of emergency as Tropical Storm Hilary barrels into our county. This comes after Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency for most of Southern California.
We are tracking the storm as it moves through our area. Let's go ahead and give you a live look now at the radar. We have crews spread all across the county. They are breaking down every region, what you need to know.
That's right, and before we get to those live reports, let's start with our chief meteorologist, Carlene Chavis. She is here with the latest on Hilary. Hey, Carlene.
Hey, yeah, we are still waiting for Hilary to make landfall here in San Diego County. We're now within that window. So we've been talking about 2 to 4 since this morning because the storm has sped up. It was moving rather slow, and that's why it was a major hurricane, especially over those warmer waters well towards the south of us. You're talking about water temperatures in the 80s and 90s. So now as it moves over land, we had the landfall over northern Baja. We're watching this storm system get closer towards us. So let's go ahead and take a look at those weather headlines for tonight when it does come to Hilary. Hilary is making our way towards us, moving towards the north. So heavy rain is starting to pick up a little bit more. We've been seeing on again, off again rain throughout the day, but more of that and also some winds picking up because we're going to have the approaching center of circulation right over us. Mountains and desert, we've been talking about this throughout the week. They have had the highest concern when it comes to flash flooding because of those high rainfall totals, and we've even gotten reports that more than 4 inches of rainfall has fallen in Mount Laguna, and that's from the National Weather Service. Also expecting that landfall as we go into the next, I want to say, hour or so. The latest with Hilary, you're seeing Tropical Storm Hilary, and it is 115 miles to the south-southeast of San Diego. Maximum sustained wind speeds are at 60 miles per hour. But look at that movement speed. You're talking towards the north at 23 miles per hour. As it was churning over much warmer waters well towards the south of us, it was slower, and that's why it maintained major hurricane strength for a couple of days. But now it's making its way towards us, and as a result, that's why we are starting to see the wind speeds picking up as well as a lot more rain. I've been calling this, and that's what it is. It's a front-loaded system. And so this tropical cyclone is bringing in a lot of that moisture ahead of that center of circulation. And that's why we've been seeing that rain outer band start to move in yesterday and producing some downpours. And we have some alerts to get to. So it does look to become post-tropical as we hit Monday, and that would be at 11 a.m. over northern Nevada, just quickly getting out of our hair. You're still talking about it being a tropical storm tonight as it does pass by Los Angeles, LA County, and that's around 11 p.m. So over the last 6 hours, we've been seeing these outer rain bands just moving through heavy pockets of downpours, especially for the mountains and desert. Now starting to pick up a little bit more. We're seeing that near downtown, as well as for Ramona, also for Fallbrook across the mountains and even the desert. We will continue to be monitoring heavier rainfall moving in through the next several hours. Flash flood warnings have been issued near Julian. You're also seeing that for Borrego Springs and just basically across the desert, as well as flood advisories for the mountains and the desert. We still have a flood watch in effect for most of the county. That will keep going all the way until 5 a.m. west of the mountains, and then also talking about the mountains and desert all the way until 5 p.m. for tomorrow, because some of that trailing moisture could bring in that excessive rainfall. That's where we see it highest when it comes to our outlook for excessive rainfall. So we could be looking at more flash flood warnings as we go throughout the afternoon and evening across the mountains and the desert, and still elevated risk, especially west of the mountains, where we've been seeing more of that rainfall picking up. As mentioned, we're now starting to see some heavier pockets moving in towards downtown, and we are going to continue to monitor this system as we are basically at this point waiting for Hilary to make landfall here in San Diego County. So it's just a watch and wait type of situation.
And I think it's frustrating for a lot of people, Carlene, because we want to know where is this storm going to hit, but when you have a tropical storm, a hurricane turning into a tropical storm, I mean, there are so many variables in there that you really don't know until you know. And by then it's too late, which is why we were trying to warn folks.
This is true. And I've been down this road many times for several years. And I've been in major hurricanes where the cone has been moving over Florida. My last market, my last station, it was supposed to move over Biscayne Bay as a Cat 5. All it did was turn on a dime, and that was over northern Cuba, and it went through the Keys. So they literally just changed. Pardon the pun, but we always say it's a fluid situation, and it's very true because you just never know what's going to happen. We had forecast models earlier this week that were showing that it was going to bypass northern Baja and potentially hit us as a hurricane. And so that just kept changing, and we always say there are so many changes, so many variables. It's always better to be prepared and hope for the best.
And we are so lucky that it was not as bad as it could have been. That's the reason to celebrate. Thank you, Carlene.
For sure.
You're welcome.
Okay, so today San Diego County officials held a news conference all about Tropical Cyclone Hilary. The storm is expected to bring heavy rain and strong wind to our area.
Right now, the county working with several organizations, including CAL FIRE, the National Weather Service, all trying to prepare for the impact. This afternoon, those authorities warning people to stay home, safe, and informed.
We need to really heed the warnings that the worst of the storm has yet to come. Most of the unincorporated San Diego counties, the East County, the backcountry, our rural communities are going to get hit the hardest with this storm. And it's not just the impacts of the storm itself this afternoon. We need to really think about tomorrow after the storm's through and getting across our roadways that might have some flooding, some significant debris. So be cognizant of that, be cautious, and if you can stay home at all today, you should.
And as we just talked with Carlene about, the storm changes, minute by minute. So stay up to date. Go to our website, CBS8.com, download our CBS 8 app, and you'll get updates on the storm.
Tonight, we are working for you with our team coverage because we have crews all across the county tracking Hilary.
Let's go ahead and start things off with Dana Marie McNichol. She is live in the Mission Valley area. Now, that's an area expected to see dangerous flooding. We see it, Dana Marie, down in that area, even when it's not as bad as what we're seeing today. And looking at you now, it's coming down.
No, it is absolutely coming down. It really has made a shift, at least within the last 15 minutes, to light rain to heavy rain. I would actually even calling it pouring out here. As you said, San Diego River is an area where it really does flood normally. I'm at the corner of Camino de la Reina and Avenida del Rio. That is absolutely shut down. We've seen a lot of cars come and go and have to make U-turns, but we're showing you a road that is not completely flooded over just yet. That may change very soon. Now, of course, people out here wondering what it looks like. Many residents who are living in the area need to know because they have to either move their cars or make sure that their, garages don't flood. So I do want to bring in Jeff. He lives at River Scene. Okay, so he's been here for 11 years. Jeff, what are you looking for specifically when you come down here to make sure your apartment complex is safe?
Well, I come down here to see if water is running over this street right here, which is always on the news every time we have flooding, because it starts to flood once it hits 11.3 feet. Right now we're only at 4 feet, so we're good. But
right, so he showed me the National Weather Service, something that we've been tracking, of course, back at the station, and it shows you exactly the levels of the San Diego River. So right now you said we're at 3 feet, and what can we expect? Because he's a pro at reading these models. You have to check it a lot.
Yeah, we're at 4 feet now. It's supposed to peak at 8.1 feet at about 1 a.m. tonight. And then if it doesn't get to 11.3 feet, we're going to be good. Once it hits 11.3 feet and starts going up, pretty soon Camino de la Reina fills up with water. And then if the pump goes out that's right under the bridge, that pump, if we lose power, that pump goes out and the water starts rising rapidly. And then it flows into our garage and we start losing vehicles. So we have to board up our garage if the water starts coming up. That's why I'm down here, to make sure that's not happening.
One of many residents, Jeff, thank you so much, making sure that they are safe in terms of that. Again, you can go to the National Weather Service, Google the San Diego River, and it'll show you exactly how many feet it's sitting. If you don't know specifically, obviously it's a good idea to stay away from the Fashion Valley area. No need to be on the roads and get your shopping done right now. Wait till later on in the week. I'm Dana Marie McNichol. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, good tips to remember. Thank you, Dana Marie. Okay, so Hilary is bringing with it a lot of wind, a lot of rain, and we are at our studio here in Kearny Mesa.
can hear
and
it.
you can hear the rain coming down on the rooftop right now. SDG&E says they expect power outages throughout this storm.
Let's go ahead and take a live look now at SDG&E's power outage map, and you can actually see there are a few of them out there right now, including one up in the Vista area. That actually was caused by a car crash. Don't know if that was rain related or not, but several folks without power out there. Carlsbad, they've lost power. SDG&E says they are still assessing what happened with that. Del Mar, Warner Springs, all of them at this point, they're just trying to figure out what happened, get the crews up there, try to assess the damage. About 2,000 to 3,000 customers right now without power, but we will continue to monitor SDG&E's situation and give you updates as we get them as well.
Yeah, now might be a good time to go to our website, CBS8.com, where we have a list of tips for you in case your power goes out. You got some stuff you need to have on hand. All right, so let's take you out to the coast right now.
CBS 8's Chase Go Lightly is live in Mission Beach right now. Chase, how are things looking out in that area?
We'll tell you right here that rain is certainly coming down heavy. Very few people are out here right now, as I can kind of just show you a little bit what we're seeing here at Mission Beach. You can just see one person off in the distance, and of course the rain covering up everything else. And maybe a reason why it's not so busy out here is not only the rain, but the beach is closed today. San Diego, the city of San Diego, announcing today that the beach will remain closed for today and tomorrow. It's not just the beach that's closed. Several businesses along this area right here also closed. You can see they got the sandbags lined up right against the doors right here. They're preparing for the worst again as that rain continuously comes down. But earlier today, we were speaking with a few folks who were out here just about the storm and what they're expecting.
Not a normal Sunday morning for sure.
With Hurricane Hilary on its way, not a lot of people wanted to spend the day at Mission Beach.
I mean, we've never had weather like this, but this is definitely no one's here.
The boardwalk starting to fill with water as rain came down for hours.
I slipped.
Several shops along the coastline putting out signs like this saying they're closed, with sandbags piled up against their doors, knowing just how bad flooding has been here in the past.
I feel like it's a responsible thing to do.
Some locals did the same.
And I actually sandbagged my house and, batten down the hatches, and hopefully it goes well.
For visitors, a few weren't expecting this.
I knew there was rain. I didn't really know there was a hurricane.
And others had no choice but to extend their vacation.
They canceled our flight, so we can't get a flight out till Tuesday morning.
On Sunday morning, the city of San Diego also announced all beaches were closed until Tuesday.
I mean, God forbid you get a big wave come through out of nowhere. That would really be bad.
But that didn't stop a few surfers from heading out into the water.
We're just trying to catch this hurricane swell.
Joseph Chazen is one of them.
We live for these moments when big storms come through.
So just because it's closed, that's not going to deter you?
No, yeah, not at all.
People wind and kite surfing as the rain continued to pour and the winds picked up, knowing the potential dangers that could come with it.
You don't know in these kind of conditions what's going to happen, so it's cautious.
Now, it appears those surfers have gone for the day. Even though the beach was closed, we did see some lifeguards out here kind of patrolling the area. It looked like they weren't really enforcing the beach closure at this time. But again, when we were speaking with those surfers, they said, hey, if someone comes up and tells them they need to go, they will. But again, the beach completely clear for right now. There's more seagulls out here than there are people just because of that heavy rain coming down. And again, this is expected to remain going into the night. So we'll be sure to keep you updated on the situation as we learn more. For now, we're live at Mission Beach. Chase Golightly, CBS 8.
Well, I think that's fitting because this weather is for the birds, Chase. Sorry, dad joke. But the good news, though, is that folks are heeding the warning out there. I mean, especially because this is the first storm we've had in a long time. All of those contaminants on our roads, they are all heading right out into the ocean. And so it's good that we're not seeing people in the water.
Yeah, that's a big change of pace from earlier when we saw that guy actually surfing on the water in his live shots earlier this morning.
And
you don't want to do that.
Yeah, the other good news is that we are now heading toward the low tide. So at least with the heavy rain coming down, it's not happening with high tide, which is when we really see that flooding through the Mission Beach area. So keeping our fingers crossed that it will not be as bad as we've seen other times.
Absolutely.
All right, speaking of bad, San Diego Unified just announced the district is postponing the first day of its school year. I guess that's not bad for kids who are
some people
glad
are
to have
probably
an extra
excited.
day
I'll give
off.
them that. But the district staff will use tomorrow to assess any impact that the storm may have had on buildings. As of right now, classes will start on Tuesday, August 22nd. we'll keep you posted with any changes that come available for you on the school schedule. But we just got to let you know, San Diego Unified has canceled classes for Monday. School starts on Tuesday.
And San Diego State University has moved its classes to remote work tomorrow at both its San Diego and Imperial Valley campuses. Libraries at both campuses will change their hours. Food service, that will be open. Faculty has been asked to extend consideration to students who may not be able to attend class because of these weather-related issues. The university plans to return to normal on-campus classes on Tuesday.
All right, so out of abundance of caution, the San Diego Zoo and the San Diego Zoo Safari Park both are closed today. Wildlife care specialists and other essential teams will stay at the park just to take care of those animals. SeaWorld is also closed to the public today. All 3 attractions will plan to reopen tomorrow. Meanwhile, the city of San Diego, they are closing all public facilities today and tomorrow. Now listen to this, because this includes beaches, parks, libraries, recreational centers, and golf courses. All right, so that's all the time we have for right now. Stick around. We'll have more updates on tracking Hillary after this.